Eric Schmitt of Missouri. So, Senator, thanks for joining us. You met with Pete Hegseth yesterday. You said it was great to sit down with him. You said you look forward to working with him. Did you ask him about any of these allegations?
I did. We had a wide-ranging conversation. I asked him directly about it. Of course, he denied wrongdoing, as he has before. And I think it's important to note that no charges were ever filed. And a lot of the leaks that are happening, which are very popular in Washington, are anonymous. And so you've had a lot of people come out publicly supporting them, Pete Hegseth. And I will tell you, most of the conversation that I had is what you should have with a nominee, which is what is the direction you want to see the Department of Defense go in. We got a DEI problem. He's vowed to eliminate that. I support that. We need to focus on China, and we have a procurement problem. We're falling behind as it relates to innovation at the Pentagon. So that was a majority of our conversation, but I did ask him directly, and every senator is going to have their own criteria and their own questions that they ask, and that's what this confirmation process is all about.
So you heard fellow Republican Senator Kevin Cramer of North Dakota say that he has concerns about the allegations of drinking. We should note Senator Cramer tragically lost his son to alcoholism in 2018. Hegseth did address this earlier today with Megyn Kelly on her podcast. Take a listen.
You know what? There's an interesting one there. First of all, I've never had a drinking problem. No one's ever approached me and said, "Oh, you should really look at getting help for a drink." Never. I've never sought counseling, never sought help. I respect and appreciate people who do.
We also heard from Senator Wicker that Hegseth said in their meeting that if he's confirmed to the position, he will not drink. Do you have any concerns about these issues? And if there isn't a problem, why need he swear to sobriety?
Well, you know, he's made those affirmative comments and said something similar to me in our meeting. I think he's trying to address these issues head on as they've been swirling around. And I think you've started to see his mom was interviewed. I've not seen the entirety of that interview. I think speaking up for his character. But again, he's been nominated. President Trump ran on a reform agenda. And Pete Hegseth, I do think he brings a reform-minded agenda to the Pentagon. We're in desperate need of that. This is not a partisan issue. We're in a real competition with China. We will be judged on who wins that in the century that we're in right now. And I think, again, there's a lot of reform that we need in the Pentagon. That's why President Trump selected him. I think he's going to get wide deference on those picks, you know, including Pete Hegseth. But look, this is what this process is all about. We're here for another couple weeks, then we come back and these confirmation hearings will begin in earnest in public view. That's all part of the process. And I think he's, again, addressing it head on and meeting with senators one-on-one, which is what he should do.
If a track record of numerous infidelities and alleged sexual misconduct and alleged problems with alcohol that he's either denied or said doesn't represent him anymore, this is who he is. Would you hire somebody that had these descriptions about who he was to run your office, given what we know is a fact and the allegations? I mean, do you not really have any concerns?
Well, you kind of mix two words there together there, Jake, which is the fact of the allegations. Let's look at these in two different buckets. The first is the 2017 incident that you referenced. The prosecutor, the female prosecutor, decided not to move forward with charges. I'd be interested to see, as a former prosecutor myself, Attorney General of Missouri, what other surrounding documents and memoranda might exist that related to that decision not to charge. And then secondly, now you have, again, a bunch of anonymous folks coming forward, not even coming forward, who are in the shadows claiming something. Mm-hmm. And I just don't think that's a reason why you would dismiss somebody from a very important role like this. And so,
well, I said the facts and the allegations because the facts of the infidelities of how he has run his personal life are just facts, and frankly, as a married man and a father, absolutely disgraceful. But beyond that, there are these allegations. He paid hush money to his accuser in California. I've never paid hush money to anybody.
Well, he settled a lawsuit that, again, the underlying charges were deemed by a prosecutor as baseless, and those are the facts. But again, I think this is again, people are entitled to ask these questions. He's entitled to give an answer, and he's answering those questions. And the Senate's going to come together and vote on his nomination to lead an agency that has failed another audit, that has recruitment problems because it's dividing the room by race with this divisive, discriminatory DEI agenda that they have. It's been politicized like every other agency under this Biden administration. So President Trump ran on a reform agenda that includes our Department of Defense, and I think Pete Hegseth fits that mold.
Republican Senator Eric Schmitt of Missouri, Always good to see you, sir. Thank you so much for coming by.
Sure thing, Jake.
Coming up.